Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of MHP Gaming. I'm AJ.
And I'm Hawk.
And today we are continuing our Let's Play of Wild Arms.
Thank you for joining the party. Let's go on an adventure.
So I think we're going to have to use hand pan to blow up these X's. Thank you, hand pan.
You can always try having Cecilia pee on them.
Whoa! Basically, this one's all Jack.
the Jack rune.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, he carries you through this damn game.
Get ready to Jack.
Ha-ha! Play the Indiana Jones theme for that one. Do, 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 do. He is epic.
Are you progress?
Oh, okay. So now, from here, there's different zones that you have to go complete in Malduke. And this is what switches the teleporter to send you to the 3 different districts of Malduke that you have to go complete before you can continue on to the end of the game.
Okay, so that's the door to the left then. I presume there's a door to the left. There is.
That's downstairs. And this is a fight.
I found a door.
It opened up my eyes, I found a door.
You know, Cecilia's spell list is full of spells like High Blast and High Spark. They never say High Back.
I'm not even gonna brace that.
It's for the best.
This may be it.
Oh, this is what we're gonna have to unlock? Why did I walk to that?
Yep, I have to light up those three little pedestals there, and then I can proceed. Then I can proceed up. Man, I feel like I poked my finger on something. I can't figure out what.
Maybe something while gardening?
I wasn't out gardening today.
Oh, it was today?
I sat on my butt. Yeah, I sat on my butt and typed all day, mostly. And then when I got done with the computer, it's like, why does my left pointer finger hurt, like right on the fingertip? Like it feels like I jabbed it with a needle or something.
Probably from tapping away at the keys.
I don't know. I've never gotten a keyboard injury like that before. Usually, it just makes my carpal tunnel feel way worse. I'll be feeling that.
Gonna feel that in the morning.
Oh, knitting didn't help that. Years and years of hardcore knitting has screwed up my wrists. And now I type on top of it.
Yeah, the worst thing you can do for your wrists is have kids.
Well,
have Jack use something bigger.
Why? I don't need to.
I don't know, just end it in 1 turn instead of 2.
It doesn't matter. It's gonna end in 1 turn anyway. They just each take a hit.
Alright. But in my defense, you got 2 crits that turn.
It's easier to just button mash my way through it.
Slap down a safety save.
Uh-huh.
So, what zone are we doing first? Blue! Whee! Malduke, Area 21. Statue Area. Selected. Do you want to activate the transport?
Yuppers!
No. Then why are you standing here?
I'm on the moon, bitch!
Why do they call this the Statue Area?
Statuary!
Malduke's 3 areas are regulated by 3 holy keys: the eye, the wings, and the arms. These 3 holy keys will guide the holder to the central control.
I mean, when you think about it, did Malduke really need to tell its residents this? I mean, really, who was that, put there for?
Visitors, considering it's right outside the teleport to arrive here?
I guess. Did they get a lot of visitors on the moon 1,000 years ago?
Well, I mean, that's probably why they had a teleporter there. go back and forth between the moon and the planet.
I guess they never really go into this as, you know, who lived here? Did people actually live here and colonize the art? This is actually, I think, in Wild Arms lore. Oh, come on. Come on. Fucker.
Oh. Was that worth something?
It might be. Might need a lucky shot at or something. But, I mean, in Wild Arms lore, I believe Malduke is an artificially created... What the fuck?
You're gonna have to come from the other side. You can't use tools on the ladder.
Yeah. Oh, God, I keep getting interrupted. As I was trying to say, it's an artificially created colony. It's an artificially created moon.
It's not really a natural series of buildings on the moon.
No, I mean the whole thing itself. It's kind of like a Death Star, actually. I think it's like a Death Star with less planet-destroying capabilities.
The Death Star minus the death.
Yeah.
So a star.
But anyway, yeah, Malduke is a Death Star.
So they never go into explaining much about the colony. And...
Just that it's they call it the New Moon, and then that people colonized it. Son of a bitch. Like 1,000 years ago. But you don't find out anything more than that.
Yeah, they seem to just have a lot of things existing in this game without any real adequate, like, explanation. Like, nowhere, save for the prison, does Handpan have any practical application to the plot of this game, nor backstory.
Sorry, man. Sinuses.
That's okay. Yeah, they never explain that. It feels like they would go a little more into, like, Zeppet and Rudy's backstory. They don't explain the
Yeah, this game, as much as I love it, it does not tie up loose ends very neatly.
Yeah, there's, like, stuff from the past, like colonies on the moon and a war, but we never get to learn about any of it. Mm-hmm. And the war was with the demons, right?
Yes.
So they just went and hibernated for 1,000 years and then woke up again?
See, that's what I've been led to believe.
And Rudy did that when he grabbed a holy berry in a cave?
No, that just kind of kick-started things, I guess. They woke up, like, about 5 years, about my estimation, about 5 years prior to the game when they attacked Arctica. Because apparently, like, if you watch the video, the Demon Queen Mother's body was sealed underneath Arctica Castle.
Or was the castle built over where her body was sealed?
Whatever, either way, that's where she was, and that's why they stormed the castle to get her body and then work on reviving her.
So they've been working for the last 1,000 years?
I don't know.
Can you go through the door?
Yeah, so no, I mean, as much as I love this game, it does not do the best job at tying up those loose ends.
Yeah, it leaves... It seems like the game is adequate in most areas, at least. Like, I really can't even say it does anything great. But just the bad way they tell the story. I shouldn't even say bad, just...
The way they tell the story isn't bad, but they leave out a lot of really useful context.
And then on top of that, a poor localization.
Yeah, that is another problem, too. Son of a fucker. Alright, I need to go somewhere.
And then, like, they lay down, like, there's 8 golems from the ancient civilization. It's like, alright, so then, like, there should be something a little more to that. It's like, no, 7 of them are bosses and 1 of them just joins you. There's, like, nothing more to... There's
well,
nothing
the
more to
demons
the golems.
reprogrammed them.
Well, still.
The golems were lost to time, and the demons reprogrammed them. They were sealed away. That's kind of, I think, the implication you were supposed to get from, like, Bolethia's tomb and the giant's cradle and stuff like that, and the fact that they were entombed, the golems were basically sealed away inside buildings. They were probably supposed to, you know, stay there for good.
North. I'm not really arguing that, and I didn't miss that point. I guess what I'm saying is if that's how you're going to have it play out, just have the 7 things that you're going to fight just be things that the demons created or other bosses, and then have Asgard just be something from the ancient civilization that you find and raise. Because there's no real point to all of the 8 golems being associated to one another. It doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't have any real interesting backstory except that they were ancient weapons.
I think it's supposed to have something to do with Rudy, in all honesty. I think that the golems were kind of like the...
Proto-Rudis?
Yeah, they're like what the technology that came before the technology that eventually led to him.
So instead of making a giant soulless robot, they made a small soul-filled robot.
Basically. There we are.
I'm gonna guess that was somewhere else in the game that we didn't really see.
It was very vaguely explained. I'm kind of wondering, I could be wrong here, but if Jewish lore has anything to do with it, actually.
Ah, that's what they expect you to do here.
Because, I mean, if you think about it, I believe golems and homunculus are both from Jewish lore, aren't they?
That sounds right.
Uh-huh. So that could be something, too, that maybe they're borrowing from a bit.
Hello, the cat.
I really honestly think the bad localization did not do this game any favors.
Fully agreed.
Yeah, I feel like that there is information that was likely cut, or they felt like it would be over the American audience's head, so they omitted it, like, completely.
Yeah, you can see that.
Yeah. Because
we all go down, left and down.
We all know that has happened before.
True. They set up a lot of very potentially interesting story points to the game, and then they never actually really go back and use them as a cohesive narrative. I feel like in a better game they would actually like have some better hidden lore behind things. Whoo, that was a lot of experience. Yeah, there would like be little spots you can go to find some hidden lore, or along the way you would actually learn, like you would maybe get like flashbacks or something, you know, learn something more about how this stuff happened in the past. Because right now they're just dangling out there in the wind.
Yeah. I'm not gonna... Damn it, do I need to open the...
Oh, you need to switch the doors and then go back around and use the fact that you blew up that one rock now. And then go around the back way.
That's what I was just... I literally just figured it out. Yeah, I'm so distracted, like, talking about this and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I'm in the same boat.
Alright. But no, I see what you mean. I don't think it's... It is a part not so great storytelling. It's not that the story itself is bad, it's that it's incomplete and it leaves off context. But again, we're not 100% sure whose fault that is.
Yeah. The bad localizing didn't help, and like, well, at the end of the day, when you are localizing something poorly, I mean, at the very least, you get the gist of most things. Usually, it's just poorly done, and it doesn't feel like they really approached tying any of this into one larger cohesive narrative.
Yeah. Plus, we gotta realize too that
this is a lot older.
The time period this came out in which, just because it was...
Yeah, the expectations were low.
Yeah, expectations on depth of story were a lot lower in older games.
Yeah, fair enough. But I can't help but think of other games. Like, I know people have mixed feelings about the original Final Fantasy VII. Like, ooh, a bunch of new equipment.
Oh yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, like, you can have your gripes about it, but at the end of the day, it was a well done game, and it was fun to play. It told an enjoyable, it told a story that if you were to follow it all the way through to the end, was good enough. But at the end, in that game, which came out a couple months after this, they brought everything together. Everything that happened eventually led to another plot thread. And like at the end of the day, I've said that like 5 times, haven't I?
I don't know. I don't even know what you're saying anymore.
Yeah, you've just stopped listening to me.
I'm trying to focus on this a little bit, I'll be honest. Like, I love you, but yeah.
Yeah, but I can just think of a lot of other games that back when this came out, they did a lot of the things that I'm asking for.
Yeah. But again, there's a lot of things to take into consideration too. Another part of that is the company that made the games. Final Fantasy could have a bigger financial investment put into it than this game, and that's going to translate.
Oh, very much so.
So that, you know, this was a much smaller company game. This was kind of, basically this was a filler game, you know, between bigger titles. And they kind of do the same thing in the book publishing industry that, you know, big publishers will pick a handful of books that's going to be their big target releases, you know, for the year that they're going to develop their marketing plan around, and those are the books they're planning on making money. Everything else is basically, you know, seasonal filler, essentially. Publishing kind of works in seasons, and other books that come out, they're just there to build the, what's the word I'm looking for? Their catalog, essentially. You know.
They're filler.
They're filler. Son of a bitch!
That's mean game.
Well, I think, honestly, I was supposed to do that, then switch it, then get the other side.
Makes sense.
So I kind of fucked myself. But yeah, and so I kind of feel like, you know, the video game publishing probably does have some similarities to that it builds its, you know, marketing plan, its yearly marketing plan and strategy around the handful of big launch titles. And then other things are just kind of smaller, like build the category and keep people invested, keep people spending money until the bigger launch comes out.
So you're thinking this was originally just planned to not be too big of a game, just a somewhat kind of filler, but then it ended up actually, you know, getting some traction?
And yep, and that happens.
True enough.
That absolutely happens in, you know, the book and the gaming industry, and sometimes things can take off from that, but I think that this was probably a series that they had either it
what
does
was
or
North?
That.
Oh.
It has an either it does or it dies attitude. You know, I should go and see what that is.
No, I didn't think we'd been up here. Do not retreat. Retreat means decay. The golem, Lucifer, sleeps there. It has not lost any of its powers. Only a fool who does not know the true power of a golem would challenge Lucifer and Sado.
Oh, great. So that's what's coming up. I'm gonna go through those other doors first. So I hope that that's kind of making a little bit of sense, maybe.
I definitely get what you're saying.
Yeah,
that and like a Final Fantasy game, especially that late, would have a lot more of a, you know, a budget and team behind it.
A much bigger. How many discs was 7? Final Fantasy 7.
3.
Yeah, that's the thing. This was a 1 disc, and we're talking very, you know, a PS1 game only had so much memory on the disc space that I'm pretty sure it's one of those things where if they could have delved more into the story, they would have. I mean, if you think about it, Wild Arms 2 expanded on its story quite a lot to the point that it just went completely convoluted off the rails, and that was a 2-discer.
Well, when it comes to discs and, you know, when it comes to data that you need for a game, like, yeah, you do definitely need room for story, but when you're just talking about text, that's not that big of a deal. But low-end graphics like this as compared to something, you know, using polygons in 3D, that's where the big difference is.
Now the point is, though, you can't just put text on a disc and throw it at people. You have to work it into the story and animate it in and make it fit and give it a reason, give it scenes. You can't just sit there and throw walls of text at people.
No, you're right. But I guess what I'm saying is, it doesn't take much. Arms acquired.
Woohoo.
It doesn't take only on the discussion about disk space. It does not take a lot of disk space to type words, and you can just find spaces to put people or books if you need to add more story or add more lines to characters' dialogue while things are going along. That is going to take very little space on a disk, whereas
it takes very little space, but is it entertaining?
Oh, once again, that is not what I'm discussing. I am only talking about the disk space. But using an entirely different level of graphics that use polygons instead of pixels, that takes a lot more disk space.
I get what you're saying. I think, and we have talked before about, like, the polygonal technology in this was kind of like the fun new toy when this came out.
And it's only used here in battles. Whereas, like, in Final Fantasy VII, which is 3 discs, the entire game was used in, like, they did a good job for the time. Going back now, it looks like crap. But back in the day, that actually looked pretty good.
Yeah.
And
back in the day, this didn't
grand.
look too horrible.
Eh.
Let's go this way.
Even now, this doesn't look horrible.
I've seen worse, seen better.
I definitely prefer things to, like, stick with an art style, straight up, with an art style that, that works.
I already got this.
Oh, you're right.
I'm trying to get back around to that
down
other
and left.
stairway.
Down.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought. You're fucking confusing me here.
Yes.
No, I don't think that was it, because I just came through that way.
Yeah. It was down and left.
I was.
Okay.
Either way, just go on with that nonsense you're saying.
What was I saying again?
I don't know, something about polygons in Final Fantasy looking okay.
Oh, right. I would rather have developers stick with an art style that's a bit lower res and that they know how to handle. I thought you were going to use escape for a second. It was going to be like, no, that'd take you all the way back. I would rather have them stick with something they know how to use and actually have it. Why is that not? Oh, right and then down. Up, right, down.
Yes.
I would, and just use something unique. Have its own personal style.
See, I know where I'm going. You're throwing me off.
You're welcome. And just keep getting distracted from it. Have them use a style that's work and make it a bit unique and stylistic, as opposed to try to push the boundaries of. Whoa. How the hell?
You son of a bitch.
Wow, I did not expect you to do that.
God damn, I have to fucking go back again!
Yes, you do.
Wild Arms, you can be such a bastard sometimes. See, this game likes to do shit like this to you. This takes up disk space.
Right, I don't remember if I finished the point, but as opposed to pushing and squeezing every last drop out of higher-end graphics, usually they end up, like, they might look better at the time, but when time tested after things have after the dust has settled and then years down the line, you go and look back, games that try to have their own unique style usually look a lot better, a lot more unique, and usually just have a lot more of that nostalgia factor behind it.
Oh, Cecilia's that MP.
Yeah, I've been meaning to mention that. As opposed to games that really try to push the graphics. Because at some point, pushing just graphics, eventually the age is going to wear them down, and it's not going to, it's not going to stand up over time. Whereas games that just try to have their own unique style, they age better, like a fine wine.
Says the non-drinker.
I can understand the reference.
You have no context.
I can't deny that.
That spell really needs to last longer. Hey, where was I going?
To the left.
I keep getting all turned around in here. And your yapping ain't helping. There we go.
Did we want to go back and put a save down before fighting the golems and having to redo this whole thing?
Eh.
I'm scared.
You shouldn't be.
Oh, are they not that hard?
I haven't fought them in forever. No, I get what you're saying, but I think a lot of it does come around full circle, that it's a combination of things. It's a lower budget game. It's a mid-launch title, like a mid-title, mid-list, whatever the word is in this industry, okay? It's a mid-title. It's now something that was very heavily invested in. It had limited space to work with, limited time to work with. You know, I feel like, and then the crappy regionalization, I feel like missing chunks of the story that are just conveniently left dangling that they hope people don't notice.
It honestly seems like they just banged out the localization for this without really giving it any quality assurance.
Probably. Oh, pesky fire. You know. I do ultimately still feel like it is a good game and a classic worth playing, clearly. Oh.
Ah, punch it. Oh, hello. I guess you were right. I was thinking punch the ground and it would shatter.
Summon.
Hello, Lucifer.
We said it at the same time. That's why we're married. Oh shit, I never upgraded my arc smash.
Well, we found it here.
Oh yeah.
You said we were probably gonna worry about that when we went back for something.
Yeah, I'll probably head back. I don't know. Or maybe. I don't know. I'm not really feeling with it.
Don't forget to raise your defenses.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and lucky card.
I know. I know what I'm doing.
Fair enough.
I've won just about every single fight I've been in so far.
We're looking at you, Mutant Zed.
I think that's supposed
Or
to
Monster
say
Zed.
Sephiroth. Hello.
Rudy, the healer.
Nice.
You gotta appreciate it when your characters can take a punch from a mecha.
Right. That's Rudy.
Were you looking for hyper?
No. Yeah, maybe. I was looking for, I forgot if I had the high resist. Because I think he does magic damage too.
Pretty sure he does. Is there a magic,
Yeah, resist, but I wasn't sure if I had high resist.
Don't you have every spell?
I'm not sure if high resist is one of them.
Oh.
Yeah, that's going to require high resist. I'm looking at the wrong persons. I'm like, wait, what? None of these are Cecilia's?
Jack, why don't you know spells?
Let's see. I think they called it resist in this game. Protect.
Wait, what's high reflect?
Reflex.
Oh. What's air screen?
See
Oh,
what
okay.
that does. Let's play a little bit. Air screen, I think, ups your counter rate.
Oh, okay.
Why did I hit... That was supposed to be Magnum Fang. Oh, you... Oh, mama!
Do you need to put up your defense spell again?
I might.
Is her healing spell gonna cure you all, or should
I don't think Remedy will handle that much.
Yeah.
Okay, why do I keep selecting the wrong things? Have I gone stupid?
Gone?
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh, bye, Jack.
Oh my god. Okay. This guy is meaning business. What medium does Cecilia have on her?
Oh, love?
Yes. Okay. I hope this works.
All she needs is love?
This should do the trick. Interrupt Rough Tina's smoke break.
I was watching my soaps.
I haven't done a whole lot with Raftina this game. Oh, god damn it, I was hoping that would revive Jack.
Good try. Well, at least you have a perfect opportunity now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have high revive?
I do believe so.
Oh yeah, and after this you should probably start throwing down your defense boosts again.
Yeah. Looks like putting up an anti-magic field didn't do anything.
Nah.
Why did Jack not revive? Did I put it on the wrong person?
You know, I can't say I was looking that closely.
Is he unrevivable?
I hope not. Maybe try a revive item? Do you have a middle full revive?
I'll figure it out.
Eh.
Let's try this.
I watched it. Looked like it was on the correct person that time.
Yeah. Son of a bitch, he's staying down. Oh wait, no, he got back up that time. I must cast on the wrong person.
Jack's back, baby.
Am I playing this game like completely? Son of a bitch.
Oof. Well, at least everyone's alive.
Uh-huh. Might need to do a little bit of leveling.
If we can get past a bonus boss, like, is this a bonus boss or something required?
This is a bonus boss, actually.
If we can get past bonus bosses, we might be fine.
So I think after this floor, I'm gonna head back to Filgaia.
Yeah, probably not a bad idea.
Oh.
Oh, hey, we did it.
Dead. That was a little bit of a nail biter.
I'll say.
I'm gonna have to go through and watch this episode and figure out what the hell I did. I feel like I wasn't fully paying attention to this. Oh,
Ooh, new equipment. Even though you just literally got new equipment.
yeah. Oh, it's even better
Ooh.
than the one I just got.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, it's hidden behind a boss.
Alright, well, I guess we're gonna call it at this episode.
Sounds
The
like a
next
plan.
one, back to Filgaia for a little bit.
Whew, that was pretty rough, too.
Right?
Oh, good fight. Alright, thank you for joining us for another episode of MHP Gaming. Like, comment, and subscribe as you see fit. Check our description down below to find our Discord. Head there to make suggestions for games you want to see us make each other play. Other than that, see ya.